Hi, how nice of you to join me for another Christmas movie ranking. What is it about Christmas movies that makes most of us feel all warm and fuzzy inside? Goodness knows I need some warm fuzziness in my life. As you can see, today I'm ranking the Santa Claus films from worst to best. Though if I'm honest, this is the first ranking I've done where there isn't actually a worst installment, but nevertheless, we're still doing this. It's hard finding a Christmas movie series with more than 2 movies in them. If you guys know any, please comment them down below so I can check them out, but for now, let's get on with the ranking. In third place is the Santa Claus 3: The Escape Clause, a 2006 American Christmas fantasy comedy adventure film directed by Michael Lembeck and written by Ed Decter and John J. Strauss. It is the third and final film in the Santa Claus film series, and in it, Santa, aka Scott Calvin, is faced with double duty: how to keep his new family happy and how to stop Jack Frost from taking over Christmas. Now, while I do enjoy this film, it is far more inferior to the previous 2. I enjoy all the hustle and bustle of the North Pole. I love the idea of Santa's family expanding. It's still Christmassy and festive, and there is still a family theme. What I didn't enjoy was the Jack Frost storyline. I adore Martin Short, he is a wonderful comedian, but the Jack Frost character, along with him being evil and this evil plot to become Santa, just didn't fit the same tone as the other films. It was making the fun that is the Santa story too centered on a diabolical villain, which isn't very festive. It was a bit of a stretch and they could have taken a different route. This film was not the best way to end the trilogy, but still fun to watch this time of year. I do like how it continues to add more layers to the Santa Claus mythology, really showcase the North Pole, and we once again get to see the Council of Legendary Figures, which I still think was a fun set of characters. In second place is The Santa Claus 2, a 2002 American Christmas comedy film directed by Michael Lembeck and written by Don Reimer, Cinco Paul, Ken Daurio, Ed Decter, and John J. Strauss. It is the second installment in the Santa Claus film series, and in it, Scott Calvin has been a humble Santa Claus for 8 years, but it might come to an end if he doesn't find a Mrs. Claus by Christmas Eve. Sequels in general tend to, more often than not, be a miss. A sequel that was made 8 years after the original, its chances of being a success are slim. Yet here we have the Santa Claus 2, which seems to beat all the odds. It carries on from the original perfectly. It acknowledges that time has passed and the film responds accordingly, which helps this film tremendously. The Christmas vibe is still strong, the fun and entertainment has remained intact. All things considered, this is a really good sequel, and it's great when a good story continues. This is also when we see the Council of Legendary Figures introduced, which is great. We have a new reindeer, which is risky but clever, but what I think is great is that for a change we have a story about a man needing a woman to progress in life and not the other way around. I love the characters. I love that we show Scott's family has expanded and there's no animosity. They all get along and have embraced being an extended family, which is really sweet. My favorite scene is watching Santa use his magic to gift the teachers the presents they wanted as children. Such a touching moment. Go Santa! And in first place is The Santa Claus, obviously. A 1994 American Christmas fantasy family film directed by John Pasquin and written by Leo Benvenuti and Steve Rudnick. It is the first film in the Santa Claus film series and sees Scott Calvin, an ordinary man, accidentally cause Santa Claus to fall from his roof on Christmas Eve. When he and his young son Charlie finish St. Nick's trip and deliveries, they go to the North Pole, where Scott learns that he must become the new Santa and convince those he loves that he is indeed Santa Claus. Tim Allen is an actor I have a love-hate relationship with. Some comedic roles I love him in, some I don't, but I think Christmas films are where his talent shines best. The Santa Claus is for me a classic Christmas go-to. It embodies everything about Christmas. I love how it brings the world of Santa to life in such a beautiful and magical way. Everything about this film is perfect to watch with the kids or just to let your inner child enjoy. One aspect of the plot I don't enjoy, but doesn't make me dislike the film in any way, it just makes me sad, is that people could get that bent out of shape over a child believing in Santa to the point they would deny a parent custody curiosity. Believing in Santa is something that all children should get to experience. It gives them hope and excitement and brings magic into their lives, and there is nothing wrong with that. More children should get to experience it, but in turn I think it shows the magic and innocence of Christmas and how it has him seeing the joy he could bring to all these people that made Scott embrace being Santa and what a wonderful Santa he is. I honestly wish they hadn't stopped at just 3. I could have watched 100 of these movies. And there you have my ranking of the Santa Claus movies. They are so light and wholesome and just make you remember what it was like to be a kid and believe in Santa, and how you imagined where he lived to be like, and how excited we all got knowing he would be visiting us for Christmas, and how we wanted to be good for him. I don't know how you can hate these movies, but that's my ranking. So how about before you click off this video, you comment below and tell me how you would rank these movies. Also be sure to check out some of my other videos, especially my Christmas game show episodes, and maybe if after a couple of videos you like what you see, perhaps consider subscribing and clicking that bell. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you to my wonderful supportive patrons. Your Christmas presents are on the way, hopefully intact and with the correct Christmas cards inside, but only time will tell. That's it for now, so ta-ta and have a happy holidays.